everyone, it's Mrs. Owings for Orchestra this week, and we are talking about Dvorak. So, to start this, I wanted to play a song to kind of get you to think about which song it is, and you can take your guess. All right, so think of that song and try and think of what song you think that is. So, who is Dvorak? Dvorak was born September 8th, 1841, and he passed away May 1st, 1904. He was a Czech composer, and frequently he featured the folk music of his native land of Bohemia in his work. Dvorak displayed his musical gifts at an early age. His first surviving work, called Forget-Me-Not Polka in C, was written possibly as early as 1855, which means he was only 14 years old. He graduated from the organ school in Prague in 1859 at age 18, and in the 1860s he played as a violist in the Bohemian Provisional Theater Orchestra and taught piano lessons. Just 2 years later, he began composing his first string quartet. That's one of the reasons I have this sitting here. This is Austin's cello. I cannot play the cello, but I tried to learn just the first two notes of what I played just a minute ago. I'm going to try and do it again to see if I can. It's kind of our theme we have going on. I don't know if you can see the shark going back and forth in front of the table. So, he got married in 1873, and he left the orchestra to pursue another career as a church organist. Many of you guys probably have an organist at your church that plays for you every week. He wrote several compositions during this time too. His music attracted the interest of Brahms, which should sound familiar because we just learned about him. Brahms assisted his career when he entered a competition for the Austrian State Prize for composition. He entered 15 works, including 2 symphonies. When Brahms first heard his work, he said he was visibly overcome by the mastery and talent of Dvorak, which I thought was really cool. In 1875, the year his first son was born, he composed his second string quartet, his 5th symphony, Piano Trio No. 1, and Serenade for String in E, which is one of the ones I want you to listen to after this today. He didn't win the competition that next year, but he did win it again in 1876, and he thought at that time it was okay to resign from his position as organist because the funds he got from this allowed him to just focus on making his compositions. He is widely admired for his orchestral and chamber music, but he also wrote different music. He wrote choral music and piano pieces, and even 2 operas. Dvorak traveled widely from England to both England and Russia, and he finally came to the United States, where he lived from 1892 to 1895. He became the director of the National Conservatory of Music in America in New York City, where he also composed during that time. While he was in the United States, he studied Black and Native American folk music and included some of those themes in his New World Symphony, which was his 9th symphony and one of his most popular. I think it's really interesting that he included folk music in both from his native land of Bohemia and from here, that he included all of it. That shows what one of his main interests was. In 1895, due to salary payment issues and being homesick, he returned to Bohemia, and that's where he stayed for the rest of his life. And that is a very quick summary of Dvorak. So the songs, what songs do we want to listen to? The first song that we want to listen to is the one that CC wants you to listen to. It's called Serenade for Strings in E major, the 4th movement. I'm going to play just a little bit of it here for you to listen to, and then I want you to listen to the whole thing at home. It's really nice to sit back and listen to. You can close your eyes and listen to it. You can kind of stand up and dance to it. But for this first one, I want you to notice how it's really slow and tranquil, very flowy. A serenade in general was usually written to be background music for dinners or parties. It wasn't meant to be like the forefront, like attention-grabbing music. So this is something that would just kind of play in the background, and it wasn't uncommon that between movements that people would actually applaud for the music that was played in the background. For this one, they suggest just listening to the this fourth movement. It follows an ABA pattern, and I will show you just the beginnings of both of those right now. So this first one, just notice how soft it is. And it's a good one to kind of just have in the background. We like kind of swaying to it. We've listened to it a few times to really get the feel of it this week. It's nice. It's just kind of relaxing. But this is the first part. It follows this pattern, very flowy, but it changes. The second part of this, the B part, is just about halfway through, and you will notice instantly the change in the tempo. It's almost choppy with it. Yeah. And then it will go right back into the first one. So it's ABA, very flowy. I encourage you to listen to it maybe even twice. He said, my house, we like movement. If you are in my class, you know that I tutor with lots of movements. We're always doing activities. So we like moving here. So we like dancing to this, just kind of moving around. How does it make your body feel? And we end up doing a lot of like swaying. But that's that song. The other song that I'm encouraging you to listen to is nothing like the first song. And it's actually the song that I played a little bit of in the beginning. This one is called Symphony No. 9, the fourth movement. And when you listen to this one, you can do the same thing. How does it make you feel? Do you still feel that soft flowiness, or is this one, do you feel a little bit more action, like you have to like run around or move around, or does it, like, if you think about like your favorite movie, like does it fit into an action scene when you do something like that? So I'm going to play just the first piece of that. Just a second. There it is. So the boys, usually we play with sharks with this. It makes Austin think of like a shark movie or Baby Shark from the beginning. It's kind of our ongoing theme. Did you notice it's very strong? Like, it demands your attention, almost like the shark going in front of the camera is trying to demand your attention. He needs to settle down in the waters. But this is really fun. We kind of dance around, we kind of run around, but it's fun to listen to. We've thought about where it would fit in. It's like some action movies, and if we were having like making our own action like play, what kind of things we would do, and we've just had a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. I told you it wasn't Baby Shark. I wouldn't do that to you guys. But it is fun. We really like this beginning part. It's just really interesting for us. And if you like watching, the video is he's fun to watch. But that's all for us this week. We've thoroughly enjoyed learning about Dvorak, and I hope you guys have liked it too. And I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks. Bye. Say bye, guys.
Bye.